Never join an interview session on time. Let me tell you something most people fail to admit. If you are failing in your interviews, it is not because you are not qualified. It is simply because you do not know what clients are looking for. I have this mentee that will always say, Coach, is it that I don't really understand what these people are looking for? They asked me this question. This is how I responded. I will smile. I will say, you ought not to respond this way because that question they asked you, they're actually looking for this. And there's a pattern. Everybody I have mentored, everybody I've walked through interview preparation, we can see the gaps immediately when they tell me how they respond to interview questions and how they failed previous opportunity. In this video, I'll be sharing with you the tips to ace every interview, whether it is for a remote job on Upwork, LinkedIn, or even a physical interview. And if you're able to adapt this, if you're able to understand this and use them, your next interview is the passage to your next big opportunity. So this is the advice for you. Take a piece of paper if that's what you want to do, or open the notes in your tab, your mobile devices, and take notes because I'm going to share with you 7 things that will transform how you go about interviews. And when you get to your next interview, you will see that a lot has changed about you. Your next interviewer becomes your next employer. So stay with me. Before we go into these tips, I want to share with you something that is very fundamental. The big deficiency that many freelancers, many remote professionals have is that when they are preparing for interview, they're actually preparing to impress. But that is not what clients are looking for. They are looking for people who prepare to solve, who prepare and appear as consultants. That is something you should note. The second thing is remote interviews are truly not interviews. Do you understand what I just said? Remote interviews are truly not interviews. They are a risk assessment session. When a client schedule you for a remote interview, there are 3 things the client want to find out from that session. And these 3 things are aimed at risk assessment. And when they choose to go with you, you have been able to convince them that the choice of your person for that role is the one that is least risky but has the greatest prospects. So ideally, when they are saying they are looking for the best man for the job, the best man is not the best in terms of skills. The best man is the person that checks 3 boxes. Box number 1, can this person do the job? Now, when they say, can this person do the job, they are not looking at, are you a pro, like you are the best in terms of knowledge, skill. No, it's do you have the minimum requirement? Do you have what it takes to deliver on the job notwithstanding? To deliver at that level they want you to deliver. Let's be truthful to ourselves. Some companies are not even ready to deliver at Facebook level for them. They just want you to deliver at a startup level that is just servicing, let's say, about 1,000 persons. They don't want to deliver at a level that is servicing 1 million persons yet. So do you have the skill to deliver at the level they want you to deliver at? So they are not looking for the best person in terms of the person that has the most impressive CV, that has the highest number of certification, but can you do the job? The second thing they want to know, especially when it's a remote job, can they trust you to do the job without supervision? Because you are going to be working from the comfort of your home. Can they trust you that the 2 hours, the 4 hours, or the 8 hours daily that you signed your agreement to deliver certain services to the company, you will be truthful to those hours. You will put in the effort. You'll be able to work without supervision and not look for someone to spoon feed you throughout the entire exercise. That is the second thing. Because you see, time is very important and they need to watch for this. The third thing is, will the decision to employ you make life easier for them or make life difficult for them? So they want to tell from that session, when they employ you, will it make life difficult or make life easier? When they employ you, will it bring more money to them or drain them? That is the third thing. If you are unable to answer these 3 questions clearly during that risk assessment session that may last between 15 to 30 minutes or 1 hour, you lose the job. And that is why these 7 tips I want to share with you, they are very fundamental. Prepare for excellence because they are going to test you. Every question, every conversation, every exercise within the time you have in a remote interview session or physical interview session is to answer these 3 questions with clarity. clarity, not just with confidence. Confidence is good, but they want to be sure that you understand the questions and you are answering them with clarity in a way that you minimize risk for them. Prove to them that they are not making a bad decision. That is the biggest nightmare of HRO. They don't want to make a very stupid, expensive decision by employing you. The opportunity cost is great, so you must be able to answer this. Now that we have said this and taken this out of the way, let's look at the 7 things you need to do to win your next job from your next interview. Now at this point, I want to know where you are watching this video from. It gives us a lot of joy to see people from all over the world enjoy this content and see a lot of value in this. Someone reached out to us from Bangladesh some days ago saying the content has helped him in his own remote journey, remote career. So let us know in the comment section, where are you watching from? Just tell us the city and the country where you are consuming this content for. As you are watching, we like to interact with you. Just type it there. Thank you very much. Now let's talk about it. First tip: if you have an online interview or a remote interview for a job, please the first thing you need to do is study the company and prepare to show up like a consultant, not like a job seeker. They are 2 different things. Study the company, study the client, and be ready to show up like a consultant. You see, some persons just read the job description and jump into a Zoom meeting for an interview, and that is where they miss it. You lose. Now, it goes beyond the job description. I will share an experience with you. Last year, I prepared for an interview to work with a big organization in the US. In fact, they have offices in all the 50 states in the US. They serve the 50 states in the US, serve companies in Canada, as well as other parts of the world. When I saw this opportunity, I read the job description. I knew the role. It's something I've done before, but I know this is a big company. I went to LinkedIn, research about the founder, the person I'll be working with, which is a C-level executive, research about everything, went to their website. I could tell before the interview the total number of staff that have been captured on their website. I knew the names of the dogs that they have in the company. They had dogs. I knew the names of the dogs of the people I wanted to work with. I watched the video of the founder 4-5 years ago. I saw the pictures of the person I've been working with. Everything I did that. And during the day of the interview, when I came into that session, it was like a chat between 2 friends. I was so relaxed because I've seen this founder and CEO before. I've watched him. I know how he speaks. I knew his mannerism. It was not like the first time I was seeing him anymore. I was fully prepared. I knew everything about the job, about the company. When I showed up, I was so relaxed that it looked as if we were 2 friends having a chat. I had 2 of them the other way, the CEO and the other C-level executive I'll be working closely with. And I was this way. We were chatting, discussing. 30 minutes went by and they told me, Eric, don't worry. We still have more persons to interview. Within the next 3 days, we are going to get back to you after we have interviewed everyone for this role. Do you know what? In less than 30 minutes, I received a job offer from them. That means they did not bother to even interview the other people they scheduled for the next 3 days. Why? Because I prepared and showed up like a consultant and not like a job seeker. So how do you do that? 3 things you need to know. 1, prepare and research well about the company. Study the company. Go to their website. Know what they are into. Know their business model. Go to their social media pages. Know when they made their last post, especially if you are applying for sales role, customer service role, and what have you, because companies interface with customers on social media and on their website. Go through all this. Their posts, press release, when they make the last one. Take note of all these. This will reveal something fundamental to you when you are preparing. Follow their social media handle before the interview. What that does for you is that if it's a case where it is the interviewer that manages the social media, especially for startup and small companies, the founder who is managing the social media will get a notification that you just followed or what have you, and it creates that impression like you are really into the company, you love their culture. So they are already making some subliminal judgment already. They are making some emotional call already before the interview. Now, but most importantly, beyond all all this, understand the company's business model. And if you check their website, you are going to see it in what we do or who we serve. You are going to see their business model, what gives them money, how they generate money. And this is where you are able to identify the problem. Because when you know the problem, you show up like a consultant. There's a difference between I saw this job post and I chose to apply. And I've been going through your website and social media. I saw that your response time is very poor. And I feel this is something I can fix because I did this for a client who sent me and I brought down the response time by this percentage. When you show up like this, when you understand the problem like this and you communicate to the problem like this, you appear as a solution. That is what they are interviewing you for. They are looking for a solution to their problem. But if during an interview, you now look like a problem, they run away from you because they want to solve a problem. You are either the solution to that problem or you are a different problem. The second thing is ensure you prepare your gadgets and all your technical systems so that your village people, as they say in Africa, will not stand in the way of your progress. Now, what do I mean? If you are having an online interview, it means that your internet connectivity can mess you up. Electricity can mess you up if you are in some part of Africa or Asia, some part of the Americas that don't have stable electricity. It means that your electricity can mess you up. So what do? Ensure that you have strong internet connectivity. Do your internet speed test. If you have different options, look for the one that is best. That will become your primary source of internet connectivity. Now, be wary when you need to use your phone hotspot because if a call comes in, it may disrupt your own interview session. But you can add that as a backup. When you have a good internet source, you must also have a plan B just in case something happens. You switch to that one immediately. Ensure you have electricity supply. Whether you are getting from solar or you are getting from the national grid or you are getting from a generating set, ensure you have electricity supply because it's going to help you so that your laptop will be fully charged, and also it's going to help you in terms of lighting. People can see you properly during the interview session. So have one in place and have a backup. But in case you don't have this, ensure that your phone is fully charged. If you have to switch from your laptop to your mobile device to continue the interview, whatever, just have a backup plan. You need to prepare for all these eventualities. Then you need a quiet, clean environment. If it means so much to you, if where you stay is not conducive, go to a friend's place, go to a relative's place. Some persons, they live in a house where they have siblings and they have younger ones and the place is not conducive. There's no way you're going to have an interview in this kind of environment that you will not have noise and different sound interfering. Some persons live in a neighborhood we describe in Nigeria as face me, I slap you. You are living in a slum-like neighborhood, but you want to break away and the internet gives you an opportunity to be able to work for people irrespective of your economic status. Insofar you have the skill, you have the attitude, and you have the experience. Now, don't allow that period of your interview to mess you up. If you are living in that environment where you are being interviewed and someone is just screaming at the background or saying some vulgar thing, it may just spoil your chances. See, you are not tied to that place. You are not a stick. Look for a way to live there. You can go to a friend's place. You can even book just some time in an Airbnb where they have internet, have good lighting, have air condition. Use that ambience to take your interview. It is worth the investment. I've seen sessions where I am either doing a one-on-one mentorship with somebody, and when I look at the environment of the person, there's so much noise coming from the background. In fact, I start having a headache. I'm like, come on, just imagine I'm interviewing you. I won't give you the job because the entire process is stressing me out already. So prepare and ensure that you don't add any of these technical glitches, because if you're having an interview and your video freezes and there's a glitch in your voice, the person cannot hear you. What your interviewer is sensing like, oh, it's going to be trouble. See, don't give any impression that you are going to be trouble. You are going to be a problem that needs to be solved during an interview session. That is what I am driving out. The third thing, prepare to show up early. Never join an interview session on time. Show up minimum 5 minutes before time. Be there. I have seen that over and over again for the past 10 years. I've been working with clients globally. At times, I want to show up 10 minutes before time, thinking I will be in the room waiting for the people that will interview me. Only for me to show up, they are already there waiting. So we just laugh and chat. But do you know what that communicates? It communicates respect. It communicates reliability, and it communicates seriousness. Imagine they are interviewing 20 persons and you are the only person that showed up 5 minutes, 10 minutes before time, and you do the other things I'm going to state. This is the first tip we are still on. You see, you are 90% ahead of every other person already. Never show up to an interview on time. Show up in time. Now, if you have done these three things, if you have prepared to understand, to know about the company so well, their problem, and prepared to fix it, if you have prepared every technical aspect of the interview to ensure your laptop is working properly, if you need to update your system, it's properly updated, there will be no glitch, no internet problem. Then, number 3, if you prepare to show up early, you have done the things you need to do in terms of preparation, then you are ready for the interview. This takes us to tip number 2. Tip number 2, remember in our last video, one of the proven tips to get hired very fast on Upwork I shared with you is have a portfolio. And tip number 2 is like that also. By the way, if you have not seen that video, the link is attached. You should watch that video in case you are struggling to get job on Upwork or to get job online. It's going to help you. Now, tip number 2 is when you are going for an interview, prepare a proof portfolio. Trust is built visually. People want to see what you have done. Don't just say, I can. Prove to them, show workings. Say, I can and I have done it before. Do you mind if I share my screen with you? Come on, you're speaking like a consultant. And you begin to show them screenshots, video, evidence of what you have done before as it relates to the role you are interviewing for. That makes a whole lot of difference. That is tip number 2. Tip number 3, prepare and master your intro script. I say script. If it means you writing it down, that is the cheapest question you'll be asked during an interview session, and this is where most persons fail. When you are asked, tell me about yourself or let us meet you, usually whoever is interviewing you or the group of persons interviewing you will introduce themselves. After they have welcomed you to the session, they will now say, tell me about yourself or tell us about yourself or let us meet you. However they phrase it, you need to prepare for that question. If it means you writing a script, prepare for it. Some people will tell the interviewer about their family genealogy, their family problem. That is not what they want to hear. 4 things they are looking for: who you are. That who you are is not your ancestry, your genealogy, your name, your role. Number 2, what you have done or who you have helped before. Number 3, what results you delivered to these people. And number 4, how you did it. These are the 4 things. Who you are. My name, as you already know, is Eric Okomado. I'm a business support specialist. I don't like calling myself an executive assistant because I work with business owners, founders, CEO as a business associate, a growth partner, and I help them to take care of all the operational bottleneck, giving them time to be able to scale up. I have worked with companies in XYZ countries before and in XYZ sectors, and I've been able to achieve ABC. You are communicating, you are telling people about yourself already. This is what they want to hear. Solution, not stories. So if it means you writing the script, write it down. A script can read this, as you see on the screen. I help busy founders manage their operations and customer support so they can focus on scaling their business. Recently, I helped a client reduce response time by 40% using structured system. That is powerful. That is clear, and that gets attention. Tip number 4, when you are asked a question, you'll be asked several questions. Answer like a professional, answer like a consultant, not like a job seeker. What your employer is looking for, what your interviewer is looking for is not confidence. Can you do this? Yes, I can do it. That is confidence. What they are looking for is clarity. They want to respond like this. You say, thank you very much for that question. In fact, I can do it, and I have done it recently. About 3 months ago, I was contracted by a client who was struggling with XYZ problem, and I went to work. It took me about a day to build a system that could fix the problem. But the back and forth, because I needed to work with him to ensure that everything he was looking for was properly captured in the system I built. And within 3 days, we agreed on it. And when we implemented it, it took us 2 weeks to see growth from this number to this number. That is a consultant speaking, not yes, I can, or no, I don't have experience yet. Don't speak that way. You are speaking like a job seeker, like someone who came begging. Come like a consultant, a solution provider, and you change the game forever. Tip number 5. Towards the end of every interview session, your interviewer will ask you to ask them any question. I've seen people say, when I tell them, what did you say when they say ask any question? He said, I told them, I don't have any question. Really? You want to work with people you don't know before and you don't have a question? It is because you don't even know what you want to do. You are not prepared. You should be prepared. If truly you did your research well enough, you should be prepared, because this is where you win or lose. And when you don't ask questions like, what is your salary year like? I see that there is a swimming pool. Can staff use it? It's not the kind of question you are asking. These are some questions you could ask, but fine-tune them to your own reality and to the context of the job you are looking for. Question number 1, what does success look like for this role in the first 30 days of work? What you are doing, you are creating a metric for measuring your performance. You are the one bringing the discussion of KPIs to the table. So you communicate that you are very concerned about measurable success, and every company likes that. Whatever your employer or your interviewer say that success look like is the standard with which they will measure you for the first 30 days. So it is easy for you to know what to look at and what to do because of that. The second question is, what are the key challenges, perhaps 1 or 3, that this role has faced before, or that who worked here before could not really solve? Now you are probing deeper. You are scratching beneath the surface. You are doing core investigation so that you have resources to apply your skill and your experience. Your interviewer and employer would want to hear that. Get them thinking, get them sweating, get them give themselves reason for paying you to work for them. Flip the table, interview the interviewer. That is the opportunity you have to do so. And the third question you can say, look at them straight in the eyes. You can pause and think about this and ask them, what would you want to see when you employ me? Speak with certainty. What would you want to see when you have employed me, to say to yourself that you made the best decision? Oh my God. What you are doing with that question psychologically is you are blowing their minds away. If they've not thought about it before, they will bring before you the metrics they are looking for in you. These are the kind of questions you should ask, that even after the interview, your interviewer is still thinking about you. And I believe I'm able to do this, and this is how I work. That is why when I finish interview session, I told you I interviewed with a client who said it would take 3 days to get back to me. They got back to me within 30 minutes with an offer. See, I have said this in previous video. I hope you consume the content on this Get Up and Get Rich channel. This is not just one YouTube channel that just recycle content and share with you. I'm sharing with you 10 years of experience condensed, 10 years of success, 10 years of producing results. I don't share this with you from what I read. It is what I've lived through. The results I have replicated consistently for years is what I'm condensing, I'm sharing with you. So it's not just giving you the best answer, it's training you to be the best, because you now understand what clients are looking for. You prepare yourself and you become the best remote professional. Tip number 6, close your interview like a deal. At the end of the interview session, your interviewer will say, it's been a very great time talking to you. Thank you very much, and all that. You can even tell whether they want to employ you from the final speech they give. You can tell whether they are not sure. So when you see that they are still in doubt, they are still considering other people, and when they finish speaking, usually you have the floor to say the last words. Close it like a deal. Don't say, okay, thank you very much, I look forward to hearing from you. No, don't do that. If it means you're writing it somewhere and getting a cue as you speak to them from your heart, do that. Have a script for that also. A good response, close it like a deal, would look like this. Based on what we have discussed, I am confident I can help you achieve at least the specific results. If given the opportunity, I'll focus on delivering results quickly and make your workflow smoother. That one sentence changes everything. You cannot add, I look forward to hearing from you. I can't wait to jump on this road and achieve some great results with you. I really love what you are doing in this company and I'd like to be associated with you. Oh my God. You have dropped a great closing statement. This is how you prepare for an interview. Now with our bonus, which is the 7th tip, 2 things I want you to know. That what clients are looking for, they are not looking for the best option. They are looking for someone who is reliable, someone who is easy to work with, and someone who is solution oriented. Appear in every interview as that person. Prepare to be that person. And note that if you just prepare to bamboozle the people, start being ready to be that person, it will not take long, you'll be discovered and you close the door for other person. So prepare to be that person you are interviewing for. Prepare to be that person that you are projecting yourself to be. And when you have done this, when you get the job, please always deliver excellence. Now, an extra tip for you really is at the end of the interview. In fact, before you go into the interview, prepare your thank you message you are going to send between 30 minutes to 2 hours after the interview. A short message. Don't send it immediately. About 30 minutes, just add that. Thank you very much for the interview session. I've been thinking about it and I thoroughly enjoyed our discussions and I look forward to working with you. Please note that if you have any further questions, I'm here to respond to them. Don't hesitate to reach me on my email address, and you can add any other thing to that short message. You asked a question about this the other time. This is a link to the portfolio of similar results I've created. If you have questions, let me know. What you are doing is you are cheating the system. You are beefing up that interview session and you are keeping the memory of that session afresh. That is what many persons will not do. You are rising to the top with every opportunity you have. To get a job from an interview is very easy. Now, when I train and mentor people, I tell them the first thing is to know how to position yourself for you to be visible to serious companies and clients. That is where many people miss it. When you have done that, you do that with your profile, your portfolio, and your proposal. We train people to do this. Then when you have done it, when they now notice you and schedule for an interview, you are so close to winning the job. 50 to 60% of the job is done. At the point you are scheduled for an interview, you can leave the interview as the person who has been employed or as a person who has lost the job for someone else. And that is what this video is about. But if you still don't feel confident to be able to address everything I've said with so much confidence and clarity, if you need a system, a structured training to guide you and prepare you so that you become an elite remote worker, we have a program for you, the Growth Bridge program. We have deployed this program and trained people from different parts of the world. They become elite remote professionals. It takes 12 weeks. You build a system, you build a portfolio, you build a thinking and an approach that always win consistently, that always win impressive results. If you're interested in going through this 12-week structured training that turn you from a beginner to a core professional, comment remote success and I will share a link for you to register and join next cohort. Just comment remote success. You get a link and you register. If you have any question, you can interact with our team and we'll get you on board. We want you to win. The question is, do you really want to win? I'll see you again in the next one.